Alright, so now I want to make a MacGuffin and do some other stuff with it, right? I want to go put it way over in room 2 somewhere. So I want it to be in room 2. And then I want to let my guy go over, pick it up, and then be able to come back and leave a stairway. Okay, and the guy can only go up with the MacGuffin in it with him. So that means that's kind of a quest. So why don't I start building a quest system while I'm doing this, right? So let's see, what can I do? The first thing I want to do is I want to build the MacGuffin, right? So let's collapse. So let's see, it's view, toggle all folds. So I'm going to need a class for stuff. So we'll call it an item. And the definition of an item, self name equals thing. It'll automatically be a thing. I don't think we'll worry too much about weight. We'll do encumbrance in the inventory and just do the standard sort of thing where you have a number of inventory slots, a maximum number of inventory slots, and then that's all you get. Okay, so we'll try that with our inventory, which we'll have to do in just a second. But first, I just want to make an item. So self name equals name. So we've got an item there. We'll need a string method that'll just return self name, and we'll get the name self. Eventually we'll have to have certain things for weapons and stuff like that. Return self name. Yeah, self get name. So have the operators send you to a actual function. We'll set the name, self name, self name equals name. So probably actually I should just self set name name. Okay, that way everybody's doing the same thing, right? Right now everybody's just doing the same thing. And we'll need a viewer, so set viewer self. Self view equals viewer. There's some things I'm going to have to do with these viewers. I think there are some things that I might even have to turn them into classes. That's going to be sad if I have to do that. But you know, we'll just send an instance of the viewer in that case. All right. So let's see. And I need, let's see, any stupid mistakes? No stupid mistakes, okay. Let's go over here to the view. I just need a thing, but I don't really know what do I want my thing to look like. So I can either make a graphics object or a ASCII object. Let's go ahead and make an ASCII object. We want our MacGuffin. So let's just... Usually the letters are left for the things, so let's choose something for our MacGuffin. So we want something like the dude, but we don't want it to be a dude. This thing's just something, right? I don't think anything uses an asterisk, as far as I know. So let's... Probably something does, but I don't remember any asterisks. So let's just say a useless object is an asterisk. Okay. All right, and still we have no colors or anything like that. We'll have to go with colors soon too. Okay, we'll go to our game model. And let's see. Let's look at room. Does room self-members? Okay, so this is where we're going to end up with something dangerous, right? So the square can set the room, right? So self-members append square. But if not, square in self-members. So we don't want multiple copies of that member in there. So let's just do that so that we don't end up with multiple copies when we're doing something strange. One thing we do have to worry about is overwriting rooms or something like that and ending up with places that are hidden from us. So we didn't have to worry about that too much before because of the way we were writing things. We just overwrit something and it never showed up. Now we might have to worry about it. And you can remind me of that in about 5 months when we actually run into the problem. Okay, so we add the square. Did I put the random in here? I did. So we'll get a random square. So if self-members out return random.choice self-members. And if not, you're going to return nothing. Don't really have to do that because Python automatically returns none, but returns a random tile from the room. We need a warning. Don't know if there are going to be extra tiles yet. Need to find rationale. That should actually not be that kind of comment. That should be need to correct for overwrites and deletions. Okay, so right now we just overwrite and it doesn't do anything. Probably not a problem, but it could end up being a problem. We'll have to worry about that at some point, maybe. Okay, so part of the reason why I say that is because there's that one room that has no spot, or that has an extra 2, or the other one doesn't have enough 1s. They should have the same number of 1s if we come to the... Did that break anything? non-square. Okay. Okay, so nothing should be broken right now, but I did want to show you this again. Remember, this has a 2 here, and this does not have a 1 here at the entrance of the room. That's asymmetric, so that's something that could be a problem, right? So we have to worry about that. I also want to do something with having some sort of delay, so I want this guy to show how far he is in his movement when he's doing things. Actually, not him. The way the roguelike works is that you're not going to have any options until he's actually in a square. But I wanted to show where all the other guys are, what all the other guys are doing. We'll try that in the next step, depending on how much time we have. Okay. So, I mean, so far I've done absolutely nothing. It's been 10 minutes. I've done more or less nothing here. So now we need to add that object. So we have to go to our generator here. Does the map keep a list of rooms? Okay, so let's see here. Room 1 equals room, self-mat app. Okay, so I should be able to come up here and say selfmap.getRoom2, right? Is that how it works? There is no get room, so def get room self name self ID for room in self rooms if room.getID equals ID, then return room, else return nothing. All right. Searches for a room with a given integer ID. We're going to, our IDs are all integers. That's what we want. Don't want anything really interesting. It doesn't have to be an integer, but it could be anything we wanted, but that's just because it's Python. And room equals self-map get room. Tile equals end room get random. MacGuffin equals item MacGuffin. Okay. MacGuffin set viewer. What did I call it? Classic useless? Classic useless. Game view classic useless. Let's see. Tile dot add item MacGuffin. Where's my square? We want to look at our square. Get occupant, get neighbor, set make open, get position, So it is a container, but it doesn't have a way yet to def add item. So right now we'll just let it have as many things as it wants. It might be better to just use one thing at a time, but self-contains append item. Okay, let's see how much I've broken. Okay, so way down here I said self viewer set self viewer. All right. I hope you're playing along, writing down things that you think will be errors, because that makes it so much more fun. Okay. All right. Let's see. Print end room. Oh no, I need to find those other prints. Okay, so those got all these things coming in, doing something. They're in something, but they're not in this. Okay, so okay, these are saying, all of these guys are claiming that there are no prints in here. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not sending the tile. Okay, so when I'm setting the room, am I just setting a number? No. Room 2 equals room 2. Okay, so set room. Okay. Add room to the map. print room 1. So for some reason it's only sending me the ID, right? So it's giving me, oh, room get tiles. Okay, so let's just look at the room. Does it have get tiles? If get tiles self, turn self members. I'm going to call them squares, try to call them all the same thing. Just because otherwise there are tiles and squares and tiles. And other things, because there's no telling what I might talk about. Okay, so there are none. According to this, nothing's getting into room 2, so that's the issue. All right. So we've got square set room 2. Okay. And where's my square? Set room. Okay, so and room add square self. Okay. Okay, so I do not see the MacGuffin. Oh, I didn't do anything in the viewer for the MacGuffin, right? So I've got my tile view elif self members or self-contains. Self-contains 0 Okay, so we're just going to do the top thing on the stack if there's something in the thing. Okay. Still don't see it. Still don't see my MacGuffin. And still there are these things. I can't find the prints for these guys. I don't know why that is. Okay, so I need to figure out where the prints are. It shouldn't be here because there's nothing to print in this one. That looks like it's something to do with putting the map together. So Okay. Okay, that's not good. All right. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's the tile that it's supposed to be putting the thing in. Okay. Print tile contains. Okay, so it's got an item in there. Okay. I'm just going to do this. Print model dot init. Okay, so that tile does have the thing in it. So we're okay with that. It's actually just the drawing that's the issue. So it should have something in there. Print empty square. I'm just doing that because print elif contains print self-contains. And it never gets there. Okay, so that's running that every single time. So that's got to be in the view. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so this is not seen this item. So this item is in this square. Okay, so we're okay with that. The view, so since this is doing something strange, let's just do print self and print at the end. So it's just an empty square, and whatever it is, I'm just getting the square instance, right? I'm not getting... So it's telling me who self is. All right, so... but it can see the occupant, right? Oh, there it is. Oh, I don't know why I didn't see it. Let's see if it shows up in the other ones. So there it is, a little MacGuffin right there. Does the MacGuffin show up every time? No, see, there's no MacGuffin in this one. So it's getting lost somewhere in that room. So there's the MacGuffin. There's the MacGuffin. There's the MacGuffin. So whatever that problem was actually is there. Oh, is it counting? Let's see. There's the MacGuffin. So I'm... Okay, no, now there's no MacGuffin. Let's see if I am... So I am counting those walls as part of the room. That's the issue. And so that means that what I've been doing is I've been adding the MacGuffin to the wall. Actually, Brogue was doing that for a while. I ran into that problem on like my 100th game exactly. And it was every once in a while leaving items inside of walls. And I didn't know, was that supposed to be doing that? Was that just a clever way to do something? But I could never actually get into that particular wall. There. Okay, so... we're walking around, having a good time. We can go over there, and it likes the dude more than the thing. So all of that code is working. Now we need to have the inventory so that the guy can pick the thing up. We might want to give an inventory to the... Rather than having that contains list, we might just give inventories to all of the objects that we want to be able to put things into. Like squares. But first we'll just make an inventory for the dude. And okay, we've got an item. Now we need to go into our inventory. So class inventory, self init, self size. Okay, so I don't really want to have a huge inventory. I want to have you stuck with a small number of things. I don't want you running around with, 200,000 daggers or something like that. Possibly we can have things stack. So maybe you could have like 50 throwing knives or something like that, but that's not our goal. So we want something with a size. So we'll make a definition where we make the slots. Normally we go from A up, right? So let's see. Print CHR 95, that's an underscore. Print CHR 98, that's a B. So we'll just do lowercase letters from A on up. So that means we start at 97. All right, self size. And the inventory needs an owner. Okay, so let's not make slots, let's init slots. And we'll make a slot here. For I in range size, self make slot. Definition slots, self slots equals the dictionary that's of an empty set. So that should give us an empty dictionary, I think. Okay, and so when we make a slot, we want to figure out what the next slot to make is, right? And that is num equals length self slots. I think that will give us the size of the dictionary. And then we want to create a dictionary, so key equals CHR num plus 97. So if it's empty, we'll add 97 to 0 and get A. So that's my key. And then I think the way we do this assignment is just self.slots key equals none. Okay, that just makes a new slot. So if I want to expand my dictionary, I can do that. So this will also let me expand the dictionary on the fly, or expand the inventory on the fly, if there's some reason why I'd want to be able to do that. Now, like I just said, I want to limit this to 26. So if num is less than 25 or 26, then I do this. Maybe I could change that if I wanted to and have this horrible, Dwarf Fortress or Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup inventory system where I have 10,000 things running around and I have no idea how to find them and stuff like that. And nothing ever has a reasonable letter or anything. So make slots. Self key. So if you go by the key, you return self slots key. Might be some more difficult things to do, but that is what we have. I've got this guy open. Why don't I say A equals dict print A mushroom equals weasel print A. Okay, so I think we've got that reasonably figured out. So that's probably going to be all right. Add item self. Okay, so the thing we're not telling the computer where to put the item. Okay, so now I need to, so I don't use dictionaries a lot, so I need to figure out how to use them. This is interesting. So self item let's see, I think you can get keys. Okay, so keys equals, right? Self.slots keys. Let's see, placed equals false. I think I need to have some extra bit as well, so placed equals false. while not placed. If self slots key I equals 0. This is really ugly. I plus equals 1. I'll just have it straight equals none rather than not. So if I'm going through that, then I want to do self slots key I equals item. Placed equals true, and actually I don't have to do placed equals true. I can do just return true, which means I can just cycle through. I could have cycled through. Well, screw it. I already did it. I'll clean it up later. I could have just cycled through and returned whenever I did it. So it will return true if it finds a place for it, and returns false if it doesn't. And that should returns false, give a message to the user. You can't pick anything else up. Ha! Extra colons. Okay, so shouldn't break anything yet because I haven't done anything. But now the dude gets an inventory. Self inventory equals inventory self, because that's the owner. He is the owner, 26. So he wants to have a full inventory because he is the user. So let's go. Does that break? Yes. Ha! Self owner equals owner. Okay. Tools go. Okay, so I don't know if I did a good thing, I don't know if I did a bad thing, but I did something and it didn't break. So we're good to go. What is our next plan, right? What is our next plan? Now we've got an inventory for the dude. He has to be able to pick something up. Okay. Oh, I haven't even gotten here. Okay, so he actually has to pick something up. So let's see. How does this work? Control goes on to player move into prospect. All right, so the dude moves into a square. Here he does not move into a square. Here he does move into a square. And we'll just have the automatic pickup system, right? We can put a G for picking something up or D for dropping later. We'll just have that automatic pickup. You step on something, you pick it up. If you want to get rid of it later, that's fine. So that means let's see, that means if square dot has items, square dot enter. Okay, so square dot enter, def enter self dude or dude. Oh, well, actually I said set occupant already, right? So if I already have a set occupant, right? See how I set the occupant to self? If occupant, then for item in contains, self contains, inventory dot add item. If inventory add item, remove item. Okay. So that would be self contains. I might want to move this, but so what I've done is that if there's an object in here, if the guy steps on it, and there's this tries to add the item to the dude's inventory. If it's true, if it does add the item, then it removes the item from the square. Now notice this is also going to mean that monsters will wander around and pick things up, which is also awesome. Okay, so monsters will wander around, pick up all the random things you scattered on the floor, and therefore the whole stupid roguelike thing where there are stupid things sitting all over the place that doesn't make any sense why they're there will sort itself out. Okay. Self inventory. Okay, so let's see. Let's just check. Okay, so all the way in the far corner, there is a little thing. And it didn't like that. Do has no get inventory. Def get inventory self return inventory. Oh, more errors. Calling things by the wrong names, that's an unforgivable sin in programming. Alright, so let's see. Well, it certainly looks like the dude has picked something up. Now, what issue do we have with that? Well, the issue we have with that is we can't tell. So there are two ways we could tell. Either we have the quest, or we go up the stairs. Now I can't remember which way is up. Is up left or right? I don't remember. And we have the other one, right? So let's see. We can also do just draw an inventory. Event key equals I. Then what we want to do is we want to set special or self-special self-screen equals inventory. Does this guy have a screen? No, he doesn't. So it's none. If self-screen if event.key equals k, I'm going to guess it's k escape self-screen equals none. Okay. So we can, I think I'm going to have to make special screens in the control, or for the control and for the view. That doesn't sound great to me. What does the viewer know? At some point okay, so it knows the player. So that's not necessarily good. So we need something that will actually do something in the inventory. So this is not going to work out correctly. So I'm not going to do it. So I want to add in a screen later. For adding inventory screen. I don't really care about that right now. What I care about is just getting an inventory. All right. Well, actually, I can do that here. So self.player.get inventory dot print. Okay, so this isn't a great thing, but what will happen is I'm going to go to the inventory and just add something that'll give me text, right? Because I don't really want to, I'm already late, right? I've gone over the usual hour. I just want to be able to see what's there, right? I just want to verify right now that when I pick something up, when I pick up the little MacGuffin down there, there's my MacGuffin. I pick it up. I want to verify that there's something there, but I don't see it, so I'm just going to print the entire dictionary. Okay, so actually, okay, so it did print out the slots. So it is making an inventory. So that's good. So we're okay with that. It's making an inventory. It's the control. It's control that's not seeing it? Oh. So I've been having all these problems because I did the wrong. Okay. Yep. Okay, so do the inventory. It does everything, and so hopefully this will also tell me when I can pick this up. And it puts it in A. Perfect. Okay, good. Good. So we're okay with that. The dude can pick it up. Now we need the stairway, and we need to go up with the MacGuffin. Okay. So I've gotten done with that part. I know all that part works. Now I need to add a stairway. let's see. How do I do that? Okay, I'll do it the easy way. I won't. This is not the time to make things hard. Right now we're making things easy so that we can make them hard later. So we've got this room here, room 1. And what we'd like to do is somewhere along the edge of room 1. Add a stairway. Okay. So basically we've got a bunch of squares here. Let's say print map get square, and we want 0, 1. Right? Oh, actually just let's just use stairway equals map get square 0, 1 or 0, 2. All right. Right now we just want to turn stairway into a stairway. So now I don't know. Would Python have a capital Omega? So we could have a big arches, or do we need to turn it into a real stairway? I'm looking things up. Okay, looks good. Looks like we might. No, that's still extended Latin. All right. I have no idea what that thing is, but that's... Why does extended Latin have Greek letters? I'm not sure. And opinion and phonetic and... I don't know if any of these will actually work. Expect them to, though, right? Okay, that's an upside down, what I want. Why does it say Latin capital upsilon? This is fascinating. I should not be looking at it. So no, does not seem, there seems to be an upside down omega, but not an omega, which is strange. I've never seen an upside down omega used, which they called upsilon. It should not be absolutely. Because epsilon looks like a funny looking y, not like an upside down omega. Or at least that's the way I always remember it. Okay, I am going to I don't believe that this will work. Ah, it doesn't believe in that. Okay, good. It only goes to 256. Which has much more benign looking letters. All right. So we won't wander around trying to do whatever it was I was trying to do. I'll just make an up stairway. And that's just, I think, that little less than sign. And let's see. I'm still using the screen print. So let's make it black, because all I'm going to do is stairway dot set viewer classic up. Let's just see if that makes something that looks like a stairway. And I didn't run that. Okay, okay, so that is about right. For some reason, it changed that. To gray. Don't know why it changed it to gray. It didn't change it to open. Stairway set name. Stairs. Exit. Okay. So it obviously knows what it is, but okay, it's because I made it invisible. Okay, so if self open, then ground equals GC white, foreground equals GC black. Fill background color foreground. Oops. Okay, the size is a little bit off, but I guess that's okay. We'll live with that. I'd like that to be a cooler looking thing, but right now I don't have cooler looking things. I'd have to actually think about how to incorporate that. So I've added the stairway. It doesn't do anything yet, but I'm going to have to add a quest. Okay, so self-target goal is what I need for my quest. Let's see. Self-target equals target, self-goal equals goal. This will also work for keys, right? This is actually just a key quest, the way I'm thinking about it right now. We'll have to make cooler quests later on, but right now all we want to do is get the MacGuffin and open the object, right? So let's see. Okay, well, so he doesn't have any quests. if self quests if not square is open, if square has quest, self get quest square. So now we can get a quest from the square. Okay. If self quests for quest in quests, if self quest if square equal if let's see self if quest dot get target is equal to the square, quest check self. Okay. Def get target self return target square or dude to resolve quest item or result to resolve quest. This is going to get really messy at some point. Right now, not so messy, but it will get really messy. Okay. Def check self dude if self goal in do.get inventory. Alright, I don't really know if that's going to work. Dot get slots. Return true. Else self-resolve. Else return false. Return true. Okay, so we need a goal. And right now I'm not going to worry too much about the resolutions. That's going to be complicated. So resolving the self is just self target make open. That's all we're going to do with that right now. When we do the puzzle, we'll modify that a little bit. Okay, so okay, so stairway is that. Quest equals quest stairway comma MacGuffin. And I'm just going to give that to the player. Player add quest, or self player add quest. And we've got the stairway and the MacGuffin. Now let's see what I forgot to do. Players have no add quest button. So this is my square, that's my dude. Def add quest, self quest, self quests dot append quest. Remove quest, self quests, remove quest. Oops, what doesn't it like? Oh, there should be a self quest. Okay. Okay, at least that doesn't do anything bad. So let's go get the thing and see if the MacGuffin, which is really just a key, does anything. No, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so this probably has something to do with the fact that I don't use dictionaries a lot, so I don't really know how to figure out if something's in a dictionary. So let's say we've got a dictionary. How do dictionaries work? Equals dict. A1 equals 5. Print A. Print 1 in A. Print 5 in A. Okay, so that's the reason why it's not working, because it's looking at the keys. So more looking things up. Dict. I think this is not really good for it. Let's see, dictionaries. Okay. A.keys, print A.values. Okay, so that will do it. All right, so let's see. So we just want items, self.slots dot get values. Let's see, A2 equals none, A.values. So it'll give us the nuns. That's okay. We can live with it, right? We can live with nuns. Well, some people can live with nuns. I can't because I'm a boy. Let's see. Oh, didn't like that. Just values. Okay, it doesn't break it. I've got the thing all the way back. Oh, and I went straight into it, but now it doesn't have the stairway. Oh, because by making it open I did something, right? But so it immediately went into the stairway because of something I did in the logic, which is fine, right? That's what we want it to do. Then we want it to actually do whatever it's supposed to do when it gets there. But really, what it does is it ends the game, so we're okay for right now. So I am going to call that, for now, a win. So let's do the strike through, because this has been way too long and it makes me feel good to strike all of that out. I'm not completely happy with everything. Never am. Maybe we should make another list of things I need to clean up later on. But right now, we've got a working program that gets us... Oops. That gets us to the end. Now all we need is... It's not quite a game. Basically, you can win, so it's almost a game. But you can't lose, so it's not a game, right? So by getting this thing and going up, we can win. Notice that this 2 is not in this particular configuration, that extra 2. It's weird. Automatically goes in there, and I can't see that other up. I mean, it's not changing the object, it's just changing the state, right? So it should be giving me that foreground. Alright, and there are all sorts of things that we have to do with the quests. So the quests probably will have to program in our own sort of markup language later on, because there are lots of things here, right? So this thing should open up the stairway. We can do what we have done, or we can just add a new stairway, right? You can just plug an operational stairway on top of that. We also have to figure out exactly how we want the thing to work. Does whatever happen when we pick up the object, when we reach the goal? Or does it happen when we bring the goal back? Those are two different states. Both of them are perfectly fine, right? So we have to figure that out. Also, in this case, this is not removing the MacGuffin, but you know, we might want, when we resolve this, to send the dude here. And remove the object from the inventory, which we can't write yet. So we need a delete item from remove item, self item from the inventory here. But we haven't done that yet, so we'll have to do that. And we could do that when we have the dude here, right? Dude dot remove. Yeah, we can't. We have to do more logic to make that work, actually. So those are just a couple of things. Now we might want to just talk to somebody to be able to do this. We might want to do it in all sorts of different ways. So really we need to figure out some sort of quest pattern, some sort of quest programming language, so we could program in a quest that's more complicated than what we have here. Also, we just start the dude off with this quest. The next quest, the dude shouldn't know about until he finds that totem, Guffy McGufface. And he bumps into Guffy McGufface. Guffy McGufface gives him a quest to go do something. Then he comes back, and then he can go get the thing. But I guess we have to actually have a monster in there next with some combat, because everyone loves combat, and so forth and so on. All right, that sounds like it's enough for at least for now, right?